Hello and welcome to another episode of Bite Size Yoga. So today I wanted to have a chat about Child's Pose. It is one of my absolute favorites. I think I say this about every pose I come on here and do, but Child's Pose is a beautiful, relaxing pose that really helps you to calm back down, realign the body, just refocus, recenter, chill out. But for some people, myself included, now, being in the traditional version of Child's Pose can be uncomfortable, particularly if you have old knee injuries or current knee injuries. Maybe you have really tight through the hips and lower back, and so trying to get your bottom near your heels just doesn't happen. So today I wanted to show you a few modifications that you can do depending on your body and its needs, so that you can come into this really beautiful restorative pose and get all of the benefits without putting further harm to your body, causing pain, discomfort, by trying to push into something that your body is just not able to do at this point in time. And so you can use some props for this. Today I've got a couple, so we've got blocks, which you can get, or you can just use a pillow as well, or if you've got a spare yoga mat as well. So I'll show you a few different ways that you can use all of these to get nice and comfortable coming into Child's Pose. So the first thing though is that I'm going to actually just demonstrate the pose. So when we come into Child's Pose, you can either have the knees together or take the knees mat width apart. And so particularly if you have belly, boobs, or just it feels more comfortable on your hips to have the knees apart, then please do this. If you find that the bottom doesn't actually reach down to the heels, and so you're kind of sitting up like this, this is where you can take your pillow or a towel and sit down onto that. So you've got something filling that space between and giving you some support. So to come into the full pose though is knees together and knees apart, and we just bring the body forwards, the arms out in front, the forehead down to the floor. If your knees are together, then you can bring your arms down around the sides and relax the shoulders, but as you can see with my knees out to the side, it's a bit awkward. So I bring my arms out to the front, extending them out, relaxing through the shoulders and relaxing through the body. And to come up, we just bring the hands under the shoulders and gently press the body back up. So coming into our supported pose, when we're forwards, you can use your rolled up mat. So I'm going to make a bit of my own version of a bolster here, so you don't need to have expensive props to do this. You can just have a rolled up mat, or you can fold up some towels or a throw blankets, a pillow, and bring it into a nice sort of shape here. And then again, just take the knees wide of this, so we bring it in between the body and we fold the body forwards, turning the head just to rest gently on our props here, being nice and supported. And when you're ready to come out, once more bringing the hands onto the floor and pressing the body up. So that's another really beautiful way, especially if you find that folding that far forwards can be uncomfortable on your body, then having this support, and the more you build it up as well. So if you're only able to get to sort of here, then just stack another pillow in there, so you've got something to hold your body up and allow your muscles to actually relax deeply in this pose. So you'll start to lengthen through the lower back, you'll start to release through the hips, you'll still get the stimulation through the digestive tract, through the abdominals, through all the internal organs to get blood flow going, as well as just creating space. So that's where taking the knees wide just allows that space for, if you've got a bub, you've got some space there, you're not compressing down on bub at all through that forward folding motion. Again, listen to your body though. So the next option that we're going to take is on our back, but I've forgotten to show you what you can do with the blocks. So another option here is to just bring the blocks, either one or two, depending on what you need, and you can use this to rest your forehead on. So perhaps your body folds forwards fine, and you just want to bring your forehead onto the block to release any tension through the back of the neck. And once more, take the arms out in front if comfortable. And release the hands to push the body up, bringing the knees back together. So our final one is, if you find that being on your knees is uncomfortable, you can, one, fold up the edge of your mat, so take a little bend in it to put your knees on, or just use a towel. Fold up a towel at home so that you've got a bit more padding, put that underneath. I find for me, just underneath like the bony part of the top of the shin, so that the knees are not actually on anything. They're kind of got space to hang over the top. But again, play around with that to see what feels comfortable for you. So just a towel, a little throw blanket, something nice and small but that you can fold up and make into a soft area for to protect your knees in that position. The final way, if you find that that doesn't help, having something underneath your knees and folding forwards like that just feels completely uncomfortable for you, the option is to come onto your back. So we lie down. I think I'm going to end up in the sun here, but that's okay. So we lie down and we come into a reverse child's pose. So the back is against the floor, aligning the neck here, so we keep the chin towards the throat, and we just bring the knees up to the body, keeping the big toes touching. Again, take your knees wide or keep the knees together, depending on what feels comfortable for you. Your hands can just rest on your knees, or if the knees don't sink down this far, you may just take hold of the tops of the underside of the thighs, whatever feels comfortable, or even extend just your arms relaxing on the floor. And just allowing the spine to relax and realign here. And when you're ready, rolling onto your right side, I'm going to do the left, just because when you're pregnant, going on the left side is a lot easier and doesn't put pressure onto major arteries and organs and things like that, and coming up. So a couple of things with lying on your back if you are pregnant. You know, in early days it's okay, but as you get, and again, you will know if you feel completely nauseous, then don't go on your back. As you get bigger though, and Bob weighs more, then lying on your back is obviously out because it puts a lot of pressure onto your internal organs. So that's where the forward fold with the supports to create space for your belly is a great way to go. Using your props as well. So if you find that you get reflux at all, whether you're pregnant or not, then just putting something like a folded up towel underneath the head just to give it that slight lift. We don't want to overextend and have it too far, but just to give it that slight lift to keep everything kind of flowing down so we don't have everything coming back up on you while you're in this pose, is another option that you can do. And finally, the biggest thing is listen to your body. So if you need to add in extra pillows, extra props, please do. And you don't need to have anything special. Use what you've got at home, whether it's your pillow off your bed, you know, even doing child's pose in bed before, like I do that most mornings before getting up, just to stretch my back out. It's a really lovely way to start the day before I get out of bed, just to kind of realign things after I've slept a bit funny, particularly at the moment, and bring a sense of calm, bring me back to center before I get started with my day. So there you have it. There's child's pose. Really great for so many reasons, but the biggest is bringing that sense of rest and relaxation back to the body. So slowing us down, connecting in with the breath, and holding it just for a few breaths is a really wonderful practice to get in the habit of. And if the full child's pose doesn't work for your body at this point in time, then know that there are alternatives. So use those modifications and props to help support you to get the best out of that pose for your body. So thank you all for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again next Friday for another episode of Bite Size Yoga.